Hello there, YouTube family, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with DJ. And you are listening to the voice of your host, your very own Chef DJ. So tonight I will be showing you how to make a very simple yet awesome cookie. For those of you that are cookie lovers, this video is dedicated to you. I will be making the ultimate peanut butter cookie. Why is it the ultimate peanut butter cookie? I'm glad that you asked. Because it will be a everything peanut butter cookie or a loaded peanut butter cookie. I will show you how to make that. So sit back, relax, and get your seasoning cabinet open as I have mine, and let's get started. All right, so for tonight's recipe, you will need 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of unsalted butter, 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. You will need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I swear by Gold Medal, that's what I use, but whatever you choose to use is perfectly fine. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and now this is the loaded part. You want to load it up with 1/4 cup of walnuts, 1/4 cup of chocolate semi-sweet morsels, 1/4 cup of coconut flakes, and a few dashes of sea salt. Oh yeah, this is going to be wonderful. So for all of you cookie lovers, you are going to love it. This is how we're going to make our loaded peanut butter cookie, or our peanut butter extravaganza, or our peanut butter cookie extreme. Whatever you want to call it, it's going to be that. Let's get started. So first things first, you're going to need a large bowl. That's what you're going to need. You're going to need a large bowl, and you will need a large spoon. So we're going to cream together our peanut butter. We have 1 cup of that. Oh yeah. It's already becoming magic. Get all that peanut butter in there. All of that peanut butter flavor has to be in there. And we will add with that our softened unsalted butter, our white sugar, and our brown sugar. We're going to cream this all together. Cream it all together. Yeah, we're going to mix it. That's what that means. Mix this all together. This is the basis for your peanut butter cookie. This is how you make it. You're going to mix this all in together. Get all that sugar in there. The thing about peanut butter cookies is they're really not all that sweet. It's what you add to it. Some like to even add cinnamon to their peanut butter cookies. I've done it. It's okay. It's all right. It's not my preferred taste, but it does work. Mix this all together. Get it all mixed up. When they say creaming, they just mean mix it together. Peanut butter cookies are not as complicated as some may think they are to make. They're actually very easy to make. Get you a big bowl. You don't know what to do with all that extra peanut butter? If you're anything like me, in our household, we tend to buy a lot of peanut butter. And sometimes I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do with this? And whenever I go shopping, I normally get 2 of this and 2 of that and 2 of this. And so if I have too much of one thing, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and make something out of it. I even did a peanut butter pound cake once. That was awesome. See how that's coming together? It looks so nice. I'll mix this so you don't see any more of those big clumps of butter in it. Oh yeah. You can just hear all that the sugar granules, just scrape it against that bowl. Doesn't it sound good? Now, here's the thing. I'm not really a cookie lover, but I know people that are. I have to be in the mood for a good cookie. But this cookie, I had to give away because I just kept eating it. And to keep me from hurting myself, figured I'd share it. I promise you, you'll have the same effect after you finish making this cookie. So now that's all creamed together. We're going to go ahead and add our 2 eggs. I'm going to mix that into this mixture. Here's 1. Oh, I see a little piece of a shell. Don't want that. Y'all excuse me for not using my gloves. This is a spur of the moment video, but I figured I'd show you how to make it. Our 2nd egg. All right, so we're gonna mix this into that. It's gonna be wonderful, guys, I promise. When you have this, you will love it. Keeping in mind that you want your eggs and your butter to be room temperature. Mix that all in like so. The smell of the peanut butter is intoxicating. Oh, I love it. I love it. Here we are. Mix that all in real good. Now it's time to add our flour. Now we have 2.5 cups of flour. We're not going to pour it all in at once. Put about half of it at a time. Well, it's 2.5 cups, so let's do 1 cup at a time. That's 1. The reason why I say 1, you see that all that flour just plopping out of the bowl? Yeah, we don't want too much of that. All right, here's the other half, the other cup. All right, mix it softly. Don't want to mix it too hard. You don't want to make a big mess. I've always heard it said that when you're in the kitchen, it should look like you were never in it. In other words, it should be pretty clean. It shouldn't look very messy. And then you have others that beg to differ with that. They say, you know what, if it's not messy, they didn't do too much of anything. To me, if it looks messy, it looks like you made a mess. But hey, to each its own. And now we'll add that last half cup. And along with that, we will add our 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, our teaspoon of baking powder, and our 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Salt helps to balance out everything. I've always wondered, even with a lot of baked goods require salt. It helps balance things out, you know. I see our dough is forming rather thick. And this is a basic peanut butter cookie, but we're not making just any peanut butter cookie. We are making a loaded peanut butter cookie. See how thick that is? Who would have known that a cookie would look like that, right? Now to this mixture, we are going to add good old walnuts. Mix these babies in there. I'll say for those that are allergic to nuts, don't make peanut butter cookies at all. But for those that don't like walnuts, you can eliminate the walnuts. Some people don't like crunch in a cookie. I like crunch in a cookie. I think nuts don't belong inside cookies, like walnuts and peanuts and all that other stuff. Now we're going to add our semi-sweet chocolate morsels. We have a 1/4 cup of that. Ooh, yeah. When that get melted up in there inside the oven, I promise you, you're going to like that. You're going to love this. You're going to love what you taste. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm telling you, everyone that's had this cookie loves it. I tried it out on my family. They loved this cookie. And you're going to love it too. I promise you will. So now you got another idea for those of you that are cookie lovers out there. You're going to love this. And we're going to hit it with this 1/4 cup of coconut flakes. You can call it a peanut butter everything cookie, or everything peanut butter cookie, and everything cookie. You can call it a loaded peanut butter cookie. Whatever you want to call it delicious. I'll tell you that much. Because it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. Oh man, that is great. Now that is a loaded peanut butter cookie. See that? All those chunks of goodness in it. That's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And the thing is, they don't take long to bake. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Once we roll these bad boys up and get them on the baking sheet. So our cookie dough is done. I'm going to go ahead and load these bad boys up. We're going to put them on a cookie sheet that I have lined with aluminum foil. The reason why I do that, you don't have to do it, but I just don't like the mess of having to scrape up a cookie. You really shouldn't have to scrape up a peanut butter cookie because they are oil based. And just for the record, well, just an FYI, if the cookie dough happens to get a little greasy, just mix it up, mix it again. Like I said, it's oil based. You have your butter, you have your peanut butter. So what we're going to do with these cookies, you will need a fork. Yes, a fork. Put that there. And we're going to take about 1 inch of the peanut butter dough. I'm going to roll it up just like that. Put it down. That's more than 1 inch. Let's take a little off of that. Because they're going to expand. Your baking powder and baking soda in there, it will cause them to expand. You don't want them to be too big. It makes for a sloppy cookie. We don't want that. So we'll do about 1 inch of cookie. Roll it out. Just like that. Space them out. This is going to be a good cookie. I promise you. Oh, you'll love it. You will love it. And they're really good. They're simple to make. That was simple, wasn't it? Really easy to make. They're all not going to be precisely 1 inch, but they'll come close. Okay, maybe a little over 1 inch. 1 inch and a quarter or 1 inch and a half. Whatever. You'll like them. Let's do that. Oh man, it just smells great. It kind of makes me think of kindergarten. When we played with Play-Doh. That's what it reminds me of when rolling cookie dough. When making cookies. And as you can see, you see all the little chunks in there. So when they bake, they're going to spread. And you'll see all the goodness that's in the cookie. A cousin of mine, shout out to her. She called it an everything cookie, and I think I'm going to go with that. An everything peanut butter cookie. A peanut butter everything cookie. Something like that. I think I'm going to go with it. Because everything's in it. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good cookie. Why'd he get the fork? I'm going to show you in just a minute. That right there. And so on this particular sheet, we have 12 cookies. 12. All right. So the reason why I got the fork, we're just going to mash them out. Old style, old school. Remember they would do that? You see the little ridges? That's how they get the ridges. They just press it down with a fork. Gently, not too hard. See those little ridges? Isn't that cute? Line them up a little bit. Couple ridges on these cookies here. But we're not finished. Oh no, we're not done. You thought I was finished? Absolutely not. You haven't seen anything yet. So you're going to get the savory effect. You're going to get sweet and a little bit of the salty. You're going to sprinkle a little bit of sea salt on them. Yeah, man. Just like an eighth of a teaspoon on each of them. We're going to bake these in the oven for about 10 minutes. They're not going to take long to bake. Bake them until you see them a little golden brown around the edges. You see that little crispy and the thing bubbling up off the skillet. Not the skillet. See, I'm used to skillets. You see it bubbling up off of the cookie sheet. It's time to take them out. So we're going to throw these in the oven on 350 for about 10 minutes. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, ma'ams and sirs, Mr. and Mrs., our peanut butter everything cookies are officially done. Would you look at these babies? They are beautiful. And I want to show you something. You see the bottom of that cookie? See how brown and golden that is? That's the way the bottom of your peanut butter cookie should look. It should be browned, not blackened. You want it to be nice and golden brown. And just by chance you baked them a little bit too long, 15 minutes, it'd be okay. They shouldn't be blackened by then. But I'm going to say if you bake it for about 20-25 minutes, you may have a blackened cookie. And you don't really want that. You want to go ahead and try it again. So anyway, I thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscriptions. We're currently at 279 subscriptions. And I do want to thank you so much for your time, for your patience, for your likes, for your shares, for your comments, for your dislikes. I thank you for that as well, because it helps me to do my job even better. And if you have not subscribed, by all means, hit that post notification bell on the bottom right, bottom left of your screen and select all so that you'll be notified every time that Chef DJ posts another video for your tasting pleasure. With that being said, eat yourself a cookie and you can close your seasoning cabinet because we're officially done.